So welcome back everyone to a fresh day of Planet Nomads. I have actually got a working, to a certain extent, prototype for what I've been trying to do, and it is it's an interesting little build. Now there are still some problems with it, but for the most part it works. As you see, is I have nice claws. Now, of course, the claws in the back are kind of acting goofy. I don't know why one side decides to adjust differently against the small deuterium generator, but there we go. See that? It drops in. I've got little pieces there. It clamps in, it grabs on, and basically I did use the entire, wheel-based setup, which gives just enough buffer for it to kind of bounce into place, set to fast speed, so it doesn't take so long for the claws to close. And basically I just did a bind on the keys, comma and period, rotate left, rotate right, and that's it. And then just have them powered and it works. So it lifts off very nicely. The problem I'm running into, and it makes no sense to me why it's doing this, is that even though I have it pretty much balanced, you see it's pretty much level, both sides are identical. The only difference is the front and the back. The front does not have the claws. It spins. It has a drift to it to one side. Even though I've got it set up identical on both sides, the only difference being, of course, the way the air blades turn to move things around. But that has been making it difficult. And the thing is, now is going to the left. Previously, when I was trying to get this to work right, it was going to the right instead. So there is just that bug in the mechanics in the game where stuff just doesn't fly straight, even really when it should. And in this case, it's not consistently turning side to side. And now I don't know why it's acting like one side of this should have turned faster, because I pressed to lower and it had to, like, part of it was supposed to lower faster than the other part. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to get some strafing going in this, because I think that's the only way this is actually going to work effectively, since just turning, I am drifting away from my target. And when I go in, I'm drifting at an angle. If I go down or up, it drifts at an angle for some strange reason. But still, once it's going, you see it locks in with the nice, lovely wheels. And I just go bam, locks, and ideally lifts off. However, I made a mistake when I was building this little prototype here. I kind of mounted it to the foundation platform, so I need to take that out. All right, extra one on each side. Surely that will lift. I mean, if not, then I'm gonna be a little worried. Come on, come on, you can do it, buddy. I believe in you. Yes, yes, it's flying. It's flying. I actually have takeoff, and I mean, it's not moving super fast. That's, fine. It also seems to be stuck at a certain height level, like it doesn't want to go any higher. Like, I just don't have enough power to lift as high as I really want versus ground level, but at least I can get it back up here. I mean, come on, that's something. That is an improvement. I've got it working. And all right, so now what I need to do is, we get to that site, that mining site, we drop it off, and then we lift up, and we're done. We're ready to go back to the ship. And then when you get back to the ship, whoa, now, come on. It doesn't, see, I'm just holding down and it's drifting backwards. I can understand straight back because of the claws at the back of the vehicle, maybe, but I don't get the whole point of it not, drifting at a diagonal angle when everything else is balanced. I just don't get why forwards and backwards makes me move sideways as well. Now, I know I've seen it with other builds where even the large air blades were stacked very close together, and it just doesn't want to let me do that here. So I had to move everything up and basically put this in the air just to place the bottom ones, because it would not let me place with it sitting on the platform because of the platform basically being right next to it. Again, I've seen and I've play tested other designs that have the small air blades stacked closer together than this. So I don't know why it's not letting me do that. I've even seen the large air blades stacked closer than this, and for some reason it's just not wanting to let me do that. All right, we've got some power, and there we go. We got some more oomph to it. All right. Now surprisingly, the back seems to be getting more thrust than the front. I'm just gonna leave the bottom ones as strictly for vertical lift. There we go. In place. So no issues with the lower pieces on the corners now. Boop. And we're gonna go up, up, and away. Really? It's not attached to the platform, I know that. And oh, it's like barely lifting, and it definitely has now changed the forward and backwards thrust power. It seems like I'm moving farther forward and backwards with each press than I was before. But, you know, it is just a matter of fine-tuning it. You drop in on a ore deposit. You're like, hi, you know, okay. Time to go back to the space station. We're going to drop that off. Probably lift up a little bit like that because we don't have it perfectly, you know, fitted or perfectly set on in terms of the power. And then you just fly back up to the space station. And hopefully don't do something like that where when you land, it tries to roll you off the space station docking platform. And again, I know I've had a lot of people asking in comments, why are you doing this? Why don't you just use Replicator? Because this is to fit with the theme of it being, you're in a space station. You're not just going down there and building every time. You're going in like, oh, hey, we sent a little scout down. He found a nice resource spot. We're going to deploy a resource mining operation temporarily, and if it fills up the entire storage, we're going to take the other truck down, swap out storage containers. But once it's empty, we just go back down, pick it up, because we don't want to have to break it down every time. That's the theme, is to go with the space station. So a shorter episode today because I am just getting done with a long 2 weeks of straight work days, and now it's time for me to actually start digging back into building the space station now that I've kind of got a functional transport type ship working, and to some degree, again, would love to hear from some, you know, creators on the workshop suggestions on what I could do to balance it. And of course, if you've got suggestions for the larger air blades or even the small air blades to get the power level up so it can lift better, definitely want to hear from you. But that is it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave me a comment below or what you want to say about the design, if it's ugly or if you think if it's a genius design, whichever way, I want to hear from you. And of course, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.